Welcome to Chat It Up, a new show that showcases celebrities, internet influencers, and many others that impacted our lives. Now let's get started with our host and Chat It Up. Here is Kathleen Michaels.
Hi, and welcome again to Chat It Up. I'm your host, Kathleen Michaels, where we chat it up with people in the entertainment industry, internet influencers, and others that impacted our lives in one form or another. We will chat it up to get to know them better by getting to know them before they got started in their careers, during their careers, and their plans for the future, and where we put them on the spot with the spotlight questions. So let us get into it and chat it up. Our next guest on Chat It Up has a career that spans 25 years of movie and television experience. He played parts in movies such as Bringing Down the House with Queen Latifah and Steve Martin. He played the character named Tyson in the movie She Wants Me, co starred with actor Josh Gad, also played parts in TV series Shooter, NCIS, and others. In the past 7 years, he's been doing stand up comedy at the Ice House and Flappers. Now, let's chat it up with the very handsome and talented Teddy Lane Jr. Thanks so much for being here, Teddy. Good to see you.
Hello. Thank you for having me. Thank you for that beautiful.
You.
I was like, that intro, that ain't talking about me, it's talking about somebody else. I was like, I want to meet this guy. No, but thank you so much. I was like, that was so sweet. And it reminds me
Thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you. It reminds me
so wonderful to have you.
You too. Thanks for having me, because I'm like, who the heck am I? I feel honored. And I love the intro because it reminds me of like this, how far you'll forget how far you come. You'll forget how blessed you are, because not only that, we're just happy. All of us are alive and well. We're well because of COVID, because there's cancer, there's AIDS, there's everything. So our families are safe, and that's a beautiful thing. And just you watch the news and you realize how blessed you are. And then the intro, you realize how blessed I am. I'm like, man, it could have been so many people in your position, Teddy. My friends remind me of that when I'm getting depressed about something. They're like, dude, you know. So it's such a blessing to hear that and be reminded of just being alive and blessed. Like, dude, you don't know. You could be. If I was where I was, oh boy. I remember the first 6 years, Kathleen, was HE double hockey sticks. It was hell.
Oh, it was hard. Tell me.
Oh my God, the first 6-7 years, I thought I'd just come out here and I'm gonna blow it up in LA. You ain't gonna do it. Please. 6 years was hard. So seven, start seeing things, God really opening doors and making relationships. It's really about relationships too, doing homework and whatnot. But anyway, back to it's an honor to be here. So.
Thank you so much for being here. Let's get into it. Want to? Let's chat it up.
Yes, I'm ready.
Tell me about the young Teddy Lane Jr. What was your childhood like? Talk to me.
I was a fat kid. There's nothing wrong with that. I was always entertaining. My sister, she would always say, and she said it now. She was like, Teddy, you know what you're getting paid to do? The stuff you did when we were kids. I was like, you're right. I was acting a fool then. I made recordings. I don't know if you remember these little, well, you probably remember the cassette tape, and you put it in there. There was a little thing.
Yeah, of course.
Man, we had tapes of me, and I'm trying to get everybody in, playing a radio show and being goofy, and I was going, wow, I was tripping then. I was on one end, and I was probably 8 or 9. Always entertaining.
It's really beautiful if you can follow your passion. That's for sure.
Yeah. That years ago, somebody said, if you're doing something you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life. And also, people, it's engaging. People want to watch you. Like you said, playing the guitar, cooking some food, fixing a car. People, if you enjoy it, people are like, hey, they're drawn in. They're drawn in.
Really?
That's what got me.
Really? I was drama a thing for you in high school when you were coming up? Did you like being in drama or in shows in school? Was that a thing for you?
I loved it. I was in drama. I was in the choir. I would always get upset when I hate you saying when you didn't get the lead. You're like, what am I doing this?
Oh.
I'm the lead all the time, and I don't care if it's a fellow or not a fellow. I should be the lead.
That's right.
But you know what? You can't do everything. And I'm learning like now, always keep learning. I'm learning that every part's not for you. And when I read, you can't read to get the part. You can't make people hard. You can just read to get in their heart. not to get the part because they're always working on something else. I was like, oh yeah, Kathleen's
Oh,
right for
wow,
this.
that's actually beautiful.
It helped me. It keeps me sane. Kathleen, I was like, I read well, and I went to the second one and read well. I was real. Nice. I always tell myself, are you having fun? Or are you real? Those are two simple things. Do a lot of homework, but don't, like my teacher said, Lou Levinson, don't look like you did a lot of homework. Let it go now. Just trust yourself to be real. And I'll show you a book I studied from that I've been studying from since the days in Oakland. It's all beat up and actually, you know what? No,
Did you
actually,
say the days in Oakland?
days in Oakland, California, when I grew up out there. That you?
Out here, that's where I am. I'm out here in the Bay
Oh,
Area.
wow. From what part?
Wow. I grew up in the North Bay. I grew up in the North Bay, right around San Mateo, Millbrae. I grew up in San Francisco, but then we
I
moved south a
know.
little bit.
Daly City, San Mateo. I
Yeah,
know because
yeah,
you know
yeah.
why? I used to, in between coming out here, I was working at Arrowhead and I was delivering water. And our routes were really far. And I heard of those cities. I love that weather. I love 60 gray. It's cold. I love the abs and
It's
stuff.
pretty perfect. It's pretty perfect.
Yeah, and my mom's in Hayward, which is right across the bridge, San Mateo Bridge, and there's a what's it, the 80, there's a 92 and an 84. I love that. I know.
Oh my
I know you
God,
guys
you
talking
know
about.
your bridges even.
Oh
It's
man,
been
I
a
did a
while
lot
for
of
you.
driving. I did a lot of driving out there. I was like, man, I miss it. I miss it. I miss that. And when I want to get back to real people, go up north. Just fresh, regular folks that don't expect
I
nothing from you.
cannot argue with you there. I really can't.
You know, they don't have that funky. And you know, people that aren't from here, they be like, oh, it's California. It's the same thing. No, it's not.
No.
When you start getting away from LA, people start getting nicer. As soon as you can go to San Diego, you can go to San Luis Obispo, and they get nicer. It's like the further you get away, people get more down to earth, more grounded, wave to you, say hi. You're like, wow, I'm out of LA because everybody's fun. Not everybody, but it's funny here. It's a trip. But anyway, I'm talking about, I'm just rambling, but
That's okay. Oh, I think I promised the producer I'd keep asking questions
yeah,
as we go. That's what we're here to
you
do.
gotta reel me in, Kathleen, reel me in.
Best subjects in high school. Give me your best subjects.
You know what I love? I love history, man. I love it, good or bad. The bad I don't, but I like it when it stirs me up. It's true. It just, even in high school, the teacher would talk and I'd just be, and I'd read and he had us read out loud.
Yeah.
And I love to read out loud. It was engaging because you start thinking, man, all these people, all these souls have been on this earth. Wow, there's been a lot of people on this earth in different times they went through. And I look at pictures at the library, they were black and white. And the roads that we travel now that are paved were like dirt and they had a horse and carriage.
Amazing.
And you know, it was slavery and it was everything. It was real. And seeing the history and seeing it like, wow, those black and white pictures. And even the bad stuff. I saw the lynchings and the Holocaust and say, wow, this is real. I don't care what people say. And I think of all the souls that have been here and how they have to be somewhere else. They have to be somewhere nice, somewhere good, because it's just too many planets. I know I'm getting off on crazy, but history just it stirs me. History stirs me, you know. And
I have to agree with you. Plus, if you want to know about humanity, you're gonna read some history, right?
Yep. You got to
How
take it
about
all.
it? You said you were the fat kid. Were you bullied?
I don't need, I was saying, like I said, I don't think I thought about that. I didn't even notice. That's how egotistical I guess I was. I was trying to make people laugh. I was trying to be funny. And I didn't care if I didn't care why you were laughing. I just wanted you to laugh. You're laughing because I was fat. Hey, laugh. Just, you know.
So you're the pleaser. You're the one who likes to please. Yeah.
You know what? You're right. And when I was younger, we did get bullied because I went to Catholic schools and we always wore these uniforms. I thought about this. I wasn't fat then. I was skinny, but still I was in a group and they were like, they told us the next day, you better go in your mama's purse and get some money and bring it to us. And I was like, I don't think so. I'm scared of you. But my mama be spanking us. She spanks us with the belt, the extension cord. So I'm just gonna find a new route to school every day, which we did. And, you know, and that was back then, that was the time, but she didn't do it all the time. And I deserved it. We were stealing stuff and we never did it twice. But my point is, I'm like, I'm not gonna take money from my mother that's gonna know. I said, I will find a new route to school, which we did because we had our uniforms on. We looked all, I hate the red. We had a red maroon sweater.
I too attended a Catholic school, so I get you.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, St. Anthony. Right there off East 14th. I was like, oh my God. And Foothill.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, we did. I guess I did get bullied, but we just found new routes. They never got no money from me. I was pretty good at running.
There you go. Dodge and weave and dodge and weave.
Hey, when you can't fight or don't know how to fight, running and jumping fences, you know, that's the best way to just kind of live for another day. We'll talk
Yeah,
about it
that's
later.
right. Live to fight another day.
So you learn how to use these. You're like, man, wait a minute. I'm a,
When did you first get started in the business? How old were you?
so I would probably say 20, 21, 22. But like before that, like I was saying, I did talent shows at the 5th grade. I did a talent show in high school. Did drama in high school. I did drama in.
So pretty much forever you've been in it. That was it for you.
I like it. It just draws you to entertain or make people laugh or stir them up. Or since I was little, just kind of. I just
So
you know what I do.
oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I guess as you get older, you try to think of, try to get better. I just try to get better. I would try to be more real and not. My whole thing is don't act. I don't want to show that I'm acting. My teacher told me, he goes, when somebody comes in the room and we're doing something, right? We're doing a scene. You want them to walk up and sneak up on real life happening. You want them to walk in and go, hey, what's going on with Kathleen? Why is Teddy acting that way? Not they're doing this scene from such and such. You want them to come in and
Right.
go, you want them to be fooled, get sucked in on real life. And I was thinking, you know what? You're right. As my teacher, Lou Levinson, said that. And then I like to take a little bit of each
That's
teacher too.
really amazing advice.
Isn't that good? Isn't that deep? And there's a book I studied from that I love and for years
You
called
were
Beat Up.
no
But it's all called
acting.
No Acting Please. No Acting Please.
Wow.
It's all about what makes you you. What makes you us. Like if I drink coffee, if I get flubbered, when I get excited, I get passionate, I start bringing that to the script. Whatever makes you be aware of everything that makes you, what excites you. And I was like, man, the little things that make you. And then he was telling me, he goes, when they say action, when you're starting a scene, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to do something. Don't act. And then Spencer Tracy, remember that actor on the black and white movies? My mother
I
showed me.
do remember Spencer
He
Tracy.
said, and it stuck with me. He goes, the hardest thing about acting is not acting. It's
Oh,
just be
wow.
real. It's deep. It's so simple. It's profound. It's like just because people start putting on the show and start doing things. Wait a minute. How would you really say that? You don't say, hey,
Right.
Kathleen, how are you guys doing? That is great. We'll see you later. Wait a minute.
Exactly.
Petty, I don't talk like that. I'm hard on myself. I'm like, wait a minute, dude, don't say it like that. You don't say it. How would you really say it? Just say it. Don't try to act. Don't try to be Marlon Brando. Don't try to be Denzel Washington. Just say it like,
Exactly. Just be
be you.
yourself and how
Thank
you would
you.
be in the situation.
I
Yeah.
try. Absolutely. Absolutely. And
Who
it's fun.
influences your career? I mean, what actors are out there influencing your career right now? Who in the business?
Man, I've got so
I
many
know,
scenes.
hard question, right?
I got so many like monologues in my head because they influenced me. And the late Robin Williams, I love this monologue that I have that I
Yeah.
call on. And it was in Good Will Hunting when he was talking. He had just came back to talk to Will, and Will had insulted his painting. He didn't know nothing about it, and he was just sitting there. He's like, I thought about that. It was just deep because I thought about what you said to me last week. And he's like, the painting, and he just go. I got it on tape, but it's so deep. I get chills when I think about it now because I spent the whole night thinking about that. Then I thought about it. He goes, you know what I thought? He goes, you're a kid. You don't know what the heck you're talking about. You're like, why am I letting this little kid bother me? But it was so deep. He said, and I was in tears, and I was like, man, I love that monologue. It's like it says so much in a little bit of time. He goes, you're talking about the painting
Right.
that my wife made that passed from cancer, and you're sitting there talking about it. But it insulted me like you. It was deep. It just gets really deep. But that's one of my favorite ones. And I like Ving Rhames in Pulp Fiction. I know it's crazy, but
God.
when they showed the back of his head, you didn't even know who he was. It was just a Band-Aid on a bald head.
Right, the band.
And he was just, and then all you saw was Bruce Willis's face, and I was like, that was so deep of Quentin Tarantino. And he was just saying, I think you're gonna find when all this is over and done, I think you're gonna find yourself one smiling motherfucker. And he was just so funny.
Oh my God, that was perfect.
It was so funny because Bruce Willis was sitting there, he didn't know what was going on. He was paying him to take a dive in a fight, and I was like,
That's right.
oh, that cracked me up. I was going, that's one of my
Oh
favorites.
my God, that was incredible.
His voice was like, look, and it was all monotone. And what you want me to tell you? Okay, help is on the way.
Help is on the way. That's right.
Help is on the way. Calm down. Hey, what is it? You know what I love his name. I told my wife, I love his name. It's very black. Marcellus Wallace. I was like,
Marcellus Wallace is
Marcellus
perfect, right?
Oh, and it was a colorful movie. I love that. What I would do is I put the closed caption on both those films and other ones to learn those monologues. I was like, man, I like this. This is so much because
That's so smart. That's a brilliant way to learn.
I wrote it down. I said, okay, now I'm gonna make it my own, make my way. But I was like, I'm gonna learn these monologues. I like these guys. And then I even like Oprah's character in Color Purple, one of my favorite movies. When she got out of jail, she got to jail. She came out of jail. She was like this. Her eye was all messed up. She was rocking in the chair, and she was. I was. I never. My wife. I love you. I sat in that jail till I plumbed me about one. I love that. That's how they talk in the past. And I sit there and I see Miss Seeley's face. And I say, oh, there is a God. There is a God.
There is a God.
I love her. She was good in that.
I know.
I could feel her
Amazing
pain.
there.
She got off the thing.
So is this your ritual? Is this what you do when you prepare for a role? I mean, is this what you do?
You know what I do?
Or is it more like you just jump into it?
You know what I do? I keep learning. That's my pastor said, Pastor Wagner. He was like, Philip Wagner was like, always keep learning. So I have to learn different methods, but you got to find what works for you. The ring light. What I do is I get a scene when I've auditioned, and I usually write it out in big letters like this. I know it's crazy. So I can see it. Big letters. You know where I got that from? I was working on These Old Broads, and Debbie Reynolds.
Incredible.
The late Debbie Reynolds. She had it on the ground. I was like, wow, that's big. She goes, yeah, I write that because I can't see that well, and this and that. It helps. That is such a great idea. So I'll write from her. I write just my lines. Leave a gap in between, so it forces me to listen to the other people too.
Oh, wow.
It really does. And you unknowingly memorize it by writing it out. You unknowingly take the information in, and then I keep it simple.
Right.
Like, what do I want? Keep it simple. What do you want in this scene? You gotta want something. Maybe it's just one line. What do you want? But writing it big, Debbie Reynolds, I was like, thank you for that. Bless your heart for showing me that. I was like, what was I doing before that? It's huge. You can hang it up and still see it. You can drop it on the floor. And I've had some mistakes happen at callbacks where I dropped it. It was tiny. I was writing like this. Couldn't see it. Stopped in the middle of audition, looking like an idiot. And I said, they're like this, and then started over. I was like, I'm never doing that again. So writing it big.
That's it, right?
You know what I do if I can't do this? Depending on the time, you might have 15 minutes. You might have a few days before an audition.
Right.
I'll take that, write it out if I could. If I can't, I'll just do the audio. I'll take a tape, put all the other people's lines on there, leave a gap for me, right? And that's the way I practice. At 3 a.m, when nobody wants to practice with you, you push play on your tape player and just practice. And it's so much better. You can just do you can repetition. You can make it again if it's not enough gap between there. It's like, and you overlap a little bit, but everybody else's lines I put on there, and I leave mine for the audio a gap. So I can and then what's funny is with technology, I'll push the light on, the ring light right there. I'll put the ring light on, and then I'll do this stuff, and I'll tape these things, guys, up against the wall, and that's how I do my audition with that. And then I'll push the audio part first, leave a gap, and then push the camera, and it takes all of me doing everybody's lines. And,
necessity is the mother of invention. That's what I know.
Because everybody can't help you all the time. My wife she works from home, but she's busy. My son's school. I was like, I can't. And then when I asked them, they give you that side until you get the role. Oh, I'm glad you got it. And I was like, man, you didn't even want to help me. I said, so I've just learned to do everything. Get a tripod, get the suction thing, get the ring light. You got it.
Get the suction thing, get the ring light. You got it all down.
This mirror that you use when you taking a shower and you want to shave. I put it on the mirror and I put the TV, the phone right there, and the ring light. It's like I think the COVID and the self-tape auditions are forcing you to direct and write and forcing you to expand your talents. You got to direct.
I think that is very true for many people, regardless of what business they're in.
Absolutely. Many field of endeavors are forced to wait a minute, I can do this myself. I can put this I have a little thing, a tripod thing. I put it up here when I want to do the slate part. Turn the phone this way. Hey, how you guys doing? And back up so they can see your side. They want to see your height and your weight, this and that. I'm like, you have to do it yourself. It's just amazing with you.
That must be something to be under that kind of scrutiny all the time, though, in the business.
You know,
just the way you look, always keeping yourself a certain way. And, I just, music worked for me because I didn't have to do that.
But I got you right. And I got caught up in that early on. And what I do now is I say, you know what, Teddy, I'm talking to myself, Teddy, I'm going to do so much homework. I'm going to do so much homework for every role that when I don't get it, which is going to happen a lot, it's never going to be because I wasn't good enough. It's going to be stuff I can't control. I said, I'm going to do so much homework. I'm going to be so much. I can't be taller, shorter, darker, lighter. I can't be Asian. I can't be Hispanic. You saw my picture. My agent sent it to you. You know what I look like. This is my version of what an artist. It's like they give you the paint and they give you a canvas. Here's the words. What would you do with it? And they want to see that. So I said, man, sometimes you're too black, you're not black enough. I'm like, what the heck? So I
What?
can't control that. You're too
Wow.
black. You're not black. You're not this. I want you. Can you be a little bit more blacker? I'm like, okay, the hood. So you just, this is my version of it. I can adjust it.
Is that what that means? I mean, is that what that's supposed to mean?
I'm guessing. I'm guessing I'm too articulate. I speak too well. I should be like, hey, yo,
Oh, I
I should be
see.
doing. But it depends on the character. I'm not mad. I love the colorfulness. What I try to do when I do these self tapes, I've learned that I try to do it 2 or 3 different ways. On the self tape, I do the slate. The slate is the name and this and that. But I try to do it. I try to do it one way that I think everything at a point. And then I try to do it extreme this way, and extreme that way, where it was crazy to crying or crazy out of control. To show them some range, because they like you still in the self tape, you want to like captivate everything in that
Right.
thing. What if this is all they look at?
What are your favorite roles to play then? Your favorite kind of roles,
I like them both. I like the comedy thing too, but you know what I like? I like just a real person, real stuff. Like, I've read for This Is Us. I like stuff like that, which is real, life happening.
something that comes from an organic place. I can tell that about you. You're very real.
I try to have fun. I think one of my favorite roles are shows. Remember The Shield is gritty. I like gritty stuff too.
I do.
NYPD Blue, just gritty, and I had a nice thing. I had a nice part on The Shield, and I read for them for 2 years, Kathleen. 2 years, different roles, not getting it. I was like, man, this is crap. But you know what? I kept bringing it. You got to keep bringing it. You keep bringing it. They'll be like, okay, we got to find something for this guy, or she's really good. You're not gonna be right for everything, like I said. So what I try to do is, Teddy, you're reading to get in their heart, not to get the part. You're reading to get in their heart because they're always working on something else. For 2 years, I was like, and nice roles. I didn't get them.
Hey, I would have never pegged you as a Marsalis Wallace, man. You did that great.
I know. You know what? Thank you. They don't see that. You're what they say when I was trying to do like those mean roles. Your face is not menacing enough. That's what I heard a lot. You're too nice. I can't see you doing that. But I was like, you know what? I can do it. What I do is I'll shave and then put I can do things. I these gold teeth I put in. I'll get there. I can get there, but
I can get there.
I let my
How about your spare time? Are you constantly practicing your craft? So that what do you do in your spare time? What do you like in your spare time?
I do. So I'll do graveyard work, right? I walk around and sometimes I'll just turn my phone and put 5 minutes on it, and I'll just do some comedy. Or I'll do that monologue. I'll do that same Robin Williams monologue because it has a lot of colors in it. It has so many colors, so much range in there. And I love it because he jumps around, and I didn't want to bore you, but I just love that monologue. And when I'm practicing.
No, not at all.
No, I practice.
We'd love it if you would do something like that. You want to do the monologue?
Yeah. I thought about what you said to me the other day about my painting. Stayed up half the night thinking about it. Now, and something occurred to me. I fell into a deep, peaceful sleep. Haven't thought about you since. You know what occurred to me? You're just a kid. You don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about. No. Let me finish. You never been out of Oakland, right? Listen, if I asked you about art, you probably give me all the art books ever written. Michelangelo, right? You know a lot about him, his life's work, his political affiliation, him and the Pope, his sexual orientation, the whole works, right? But I bet you can't tell me what it smells like in the 16th chapter. You never actually stood there and looked up at that beautiful ceiling, seeing that. If I asked you about girls, you'd probably give me a book on all your personal favorites. Maybe even had a few. But you can't tell me what it feels like to look into a woman's eyes and feel truly loved. You're a tough kid. You never been in the war. You never held your best friend's head in your lap and watch him gasp his last breath looking to you for help. Yeah. I thought about that, man. Talked about the painting. You came over talking about the painting and you ripped my fucking life apart. You know? I'm gonna ask you something. Why? That's it. Scene. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Wow.
I forgot. You know what? To be honest though. Oh, thank you. I forgot a lot of it. I forgot a lot of it, Kathleen. I'm sorry,
Oh
guys.
my God, you did great.
But you know what I was talking about?
Wow.
Oh, thank you. When I was talking about my drama teacher, thank you so much. He just said,
I'm so moved.
oh, thank you so much. He was just saying that. Oh, thanks.
Wow.
You know, I have a thing that I was going to share with you guys. Every day we always talk about. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it because every day we always talk about. A teacher of mine said, he goes, "You wear your feelings on your sleeve," and I said, "Well," he goes, "You're very sensitive." He goes, "That will help you in this field." That was years ago in San Francisco with that book, and I was like, and I thought about that the other day. I was like, it's true. Sometimes I'm oversensitive, but I was thinking about we are so lucky to be alive, and every day is a blessing for my family because I'm gonna tell you this. When I was we lived in Phoenix, Arizona. I was 3. We moved here, but my father, he eloped with a married woman at his job. He filed for bankruptcy. I know I'm just gonna be real. And I was like, and my mother didn't tell me since we was in our 30s. He filed for bankruptcy, left with her. She was married. Her husband came looking for her. We were 3 and we were playing in the yard. He ended up sitting there having coffee with my mom. And he told her he came there to kill us to get back to my dad. And I'm thinking, by the grace of God, he did not do that, though. Think about that. So, but we're alive today because somebody's praying for you. Somebody, your grandmother's, somebody's watching over you. God is covering you in blood, in Jesus' blood, and you don't realize that. She told me that. I don't mean to tell you, but it breaks me up when I think about it. And I think, wow, I'm so blessed to be alive. Every day is like, wow, Lord, thank you. Because we were playing and we were just nonchalant and just goofy. I'm thinking, and he's having coffee. My mom telling her, I was like, wow, just like nothing. So you don't realize that you're alive today because our parents and great grandparents and somebody's praying for us. God's watching over you. Through danger seen and unseen. How about that? We safe through danger seen. I say, Lord, thank you for keeping me safe and my family safe through danger seen and unseen. It blows my mind. I'm going, Mom, and she goes, this is her. She bless her heart. She's so light. I thought I told you that. No, you didn't tell me that. I think I would remember. We almost got fired.
As a mother, let me just say,
it must have slipped my mind.
I get that.
No, bro, we were almost dead. I'm having
really,
coffee with him.
I thought I told you that.
I think I would remember that. She's like, okay, whatever. She's drinking her coffee.
We've gotten to the spotlight question.
Uh-oh. I'm ready.
Which fictional character would be the most exciting to meet in real life for you?
I guess it's a fight between that Oprah character and Ving Rhames character in Pulp Fiction. I know it's crazy. Hey, you know what I'd like to meet in the third one? The third one would be Bryan Cranston's bald-headed character in Breaking Bad. I'm like, man.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot his name, but he was just tough, and he was just like, I'm so and so. I think those, and the fourth one would be the what's that guy's name? Esposito something. He was in Breaking Bad too. He played the gangster.
I think he was a Brian also. Brian Esposito, I think is his name.
There you go. Something Esposito. But he's in Better Call Saul. They the spinoff from Breaking Bad.
Oh, right.
Gangster. And he got blown up, and he still was trying to come after him.
He got blown up. He's still going.
Yeah, that dude. Those 4 people. I guess I'm tired.
Okay, well, you know what? That is or all of them in one person would be really frightening. You are an absolute joy.
Oh, thank you.
You made this so easy for me. Thank
you.
You
are very good. You are very good.
I hate to say goodbye to you, and I just.
Otherwise, I would talk your ear off.
I would welcome it. I really would.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being here with us on Chat It Up. Teddy Lane Jr.
I love it.
You're such a joy. Come back. Please come back.
Thank you. I will. Anytime. I will. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
And thank you for making it easy and fun, too.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you, Teddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.